Reggie Bush is finally back. We got great news out of the college football world yesterday as we learned that USC is finally welcoming Reggie Bush back. For the last 10 years, Reggie Bush has been disassociated with USC because the NCAA is led by a bunch of shitty people. And after the stupidest punishment in college football history, Reggie Bush is finally back where he belongs. USC President Carol L. Folt informed Reggie in a letter that the university decided to share publicly on Wednesday. I am pleased to inform you that all restrictions on your involvement in our athletics program are officially removed, and you will be afforded the privileges and courtesies extended to all Trojan football alumni. And here's what Reggie had to say about being reinstated. I've dreamed of this day for 10 plus years, and I'm excited to come home. The NCAA determined that Bush's family received extra benefits while he was a student athlete while at USC, mandating that he be disassociated from the program as part of the punishment it handed down to the university. Among those benefits were a $600,000 house near San Diego and a $10,000 allowance to furnish the home. Bush had to return his 2005 Heisman Trophy, and USC was also docked 30 scholarships, and the Trojans were forced to vacate the 2004 national championship as a result of the investigation. Now, let me be the first to say that Reggie Bush's family, they should have never accepted all those benefits. But then again, when you're a family that's struggling and someone comes along and they offer you all these things, I mean, I personally don't know, but I feel like it'd be tough for me to turn those down. So again, they shouldn't have accepted the benefits, but I'm not really going to hold the family too accountable just because, again, the situation they were coming from, I understand exactly why they accepted him. But the fact that the NCAA stripped his Heisman Trophy, punished USC harsher than almost any college has ever been punished in college football history, is the stupidest thing. Like, it is the stupidest thing. And the fact that USC essentially had to ban Reggie Bush for 10 years, like, come on. After everything he accomplished in college football and for USC, the fact that he couldn't even be acknowledged there, an absolute joke. Now, I'm fairly certain that over the years, USC has wanted to welcome Reggie back with open arms, but the NCAA, being the criminals they are, they wouldn't allow it. Before some of his statistics were vacated, he ran for 3,100 yards with 25 touchdowns in his career. He caught 95 passes for 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns, and returned 67 kickoffs for 1,500 yards with a touchdown, and 44 punts for 600 yards with 3 touchdowns. On USC's career yardage list, he is 4th in kickoff returns, 6th in punt returns, 8 in rushing, and 24th in total offense. He had 11 100-yard rushing games in his career and averaged an NCAA record 7.3 career rushing yards per carry. He produced touchdowns via rushing, receiving, kickoff, returning, punt returning, and passing in his career. As a junior in 2005, he led the nation in all-purpose returning and was 4th in rushing while running for 1,700 yards with 16 rushing touchdowns while averaging nearly 9 yards a carry. He had 900 rushing yards and 43 receptions in 2004. Here's what USC Athletic Director Mike Bond had to say. When I was hired to represent the Trojan family as the director of athletics, I committed to listening and learning before leading. Throughout this process, one of the consistent themes that emerged from my discussions was how much Reggie Bush means to our former players, USC alumni, and fans everywhere. I've enjoyed getting to know Reggie and so many of his teammates, and I'm pleased his disassociation has ended so we can welcome him back to our family. I'm confident that Reggie will use his incredible platform and influential voice to support and empower all of our student athletes. The NCAA's Committee on Infractions adopted a rule in 2017 that any NCAA-mandated disassociation from a school can only last 10 years rather than indefinitely. From there, it is up to the program to decide whether or not they want to allow a sanctioned player or coach to return to being a part of its efforts either on or off the field. Now, the NCAA sanctions were given to USC on June 10th of 2010. Exactly 10 years ago today that it happened. So, with today being the 10-year anniversary, the sanctions are officially lifted. And USC wasted no time allowing Reggie Bush to come back. USC spokesman Tim Tessalone said that the university has actually been working to get Reggie back for some time, but the NCAA wouldn't allow it. USC has long said that we would love to have Reggie back around campus, but the NCAA has mandated the school permanently disassociate from Reggie. If we did so, it would lead to further NCAA penalties. We have tried several times to appeal the permanent disassociation with no luck. We would love to have him back. And over the years, Reggie has said he wants to go back to USC. But again, the NCAA, the crooks that they are, they wouldn't allow it. Despite the disassociation, the NCAA granted a work-related exception and allowed Bush to return to USC in September of 2019 as part of television duties with Fox. Now, when I was growing up, my entire family was filled with diehard USC fans, so I became a USC fan. And growing up, I mean, when I was, 7, 8 years old, Reggie Bush was there, and he was my favorite player. My earliest college football memories, and I'm trying to think back, and when I think of what I remember, at the earliest age, it's with Reggie Bush. I can't remember exactly, but I think I was at that Reggie Bush Fresno State game in which, he had that crazy play and ran for a couple hundred yards that essentially won him the Heisman. Again, I can't remember which game I was at, but I'm pretty sure it was that one when I was a kid. I loved him growing up, and to this day, he's probably my favorite athlete of all time because it's Reggie Bush that got me into college football. When he was drafted by the Saints, I immediately became a Saints fan. I know a lot of people constantly ask me, growing up in Los Angeles, still living in Los Angeles, why are the Saints my team? That's the reason. Because of Reggie Bush. And I'm still a diehard Saints fan to this day. Reggie Bush is the greatest college athlete I've ever seen in my 23 years, and I'm thrilled that he's finally allowed back at USC. Like, I am happy. Now, just return his damn Heisman Trophy. What happened had nothing to do with his on-field performance, and the fact that they took the Heisman Trophy for him is an absolute disgrace. Now again, the NCAA, they're a bunch of shitty people, so I doubt they ever return his Heisman, but for me, Reggie Bush will always be a Heisman Trophy winner. And I still can't believe they took it away. People have done far worse things out there than receive benefits, but yet he gets his Heisman taken away. Absolutely stupid. Well, that wraps up today's video. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on Reggie Bush being allowed back at USC and how long overdue it is, but how awesome it is that it finally happened. Leave a comment down below on what you thought about this whole Reggie Bush situation over the last 10 years, and if you thought it was fair, you thought it was unfair, if you think that he should have the Heisman, if he shouldn't have the Heisman, just everything that's happened, leave your comments down below. Also, give your thoughts on whether or not you think it was fair of what happened to USC with all the sanctions, the lost scholarships, all that stuff, because I think it was the stupidest thing ever. USC, again, what happened was bad off the field, but affecting so many young guys because of what, his family did, I thought was the stupidest thing ever. But again, that's the NCAA for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of great college football content coming in the coming weeks and months. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.